Can the Mavs pull the upset tonight on the road against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get you ready for tonight's game. Coming up next on the DLLS Mavs pregame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs pregame show powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys cover your favorite team, even on the second night of a back-to-back when they take on Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll get you ready for tonight's game coming up over the course of the next half hour. We'll let you know who's in, who's out, who's starting tonight. We'll focus in on our Mavericks player spotlight with Klay Thompson and get you ready for tonight's game on this marvelous Monday evening. A busy night here in our DLLS Sports studios. We've got our pregame show happening right now. We'll have our DLLS Cowboys pregame show happening here in a matter of moments as well. They're also going to have a watch-along tonight as the Cowboys take on the Raiders. And then we will have our postgame show after tonight as well. So we appreciate all of you hanging out with us here at DLLS Sports, whether it's here on our show or hanging out with the Cowboys tonight as we've got a lot of fun here inside our downtown studios. Ron, what's going on? How we feeling?
Good. I'm ready for some basketball without, basically all the Mavs centers now.
There's going to be a lot of that tonight. Bobby Carella, what's going on?
I got a text during the opening video countdown thing. What do we call that? Just the countdown video, Tanner? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I got a text from GM Ben.
Shout outs.
He said
GM Ben
just ordered pizza.
Oh, look at that. He didn't say he didn't shorten it. He went with the actual full word pizza.
But that does mean that
There's
pizza is on the way.
Ask him.
We're about to eat some za.
Oh no,
that's not short for pizza.
Yeah, it is.
He made that up.
Yeah, sadly, what za actually means is fun.
Not Galkachin said it only took 37 episodes for Ron to make the 2-minute walk over to the studio.
Oh no.
It's first of all, Galkachin, it's 7. Okay, so
about a 7 brisk walk.
Yeah, give him the extra 5 minutes, damn it. Okay, when it comes to the walk over from the arena to the studio. But thank you so much for hanging out with us here. Let's get into it tonight as the Mavericks take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in Target Center. If you're going to be watching tonight's game, you could do so on KFAA Channel 29 for tonight's game as the Mavericks, of course, at 4-10 on the season, take on a Minnesota Timberwolves team. So far, that's 8-5 on the year as they are 1-2 so far at Target Center so far this year. The Mavericks 3-3. I'm all messed up. Got my numbers. Timberwolves 8-5. 3-3 at Target Center. Mavericks 4-10, 1-2 away from the AAC. Tip off at 7 p.m. Again, you can watch it on KFAA Channel 29. Timberwolves, check this out, gentlemen. 14.5-point favorite tonight against the Dallas Mavericks with the over-under at 231.5 for those who are keeping count for tonight's
Only 14.
Look, it started off at 12.5 and it jumped up to 14.5 as the day went on. Mavericks, of course, coming tonight 4-10, 13th in the Western Conference, coming off a win last night over the Portland Trailblazers in overtime in what was 138-133 to snap their 3-game losing streak to finish up their 4-game homestand at 1-3. Dallas, of course, earned their first win against a Western Conference opponent last night that looked to make it 2 in a row against the West as they improved, quote unquote, to 1-7 against the Western Conference so far this year. The Mavericks on the second night of a home road back-to-back, having played Portland last night. They'll play Minnesota tonight. Then they'll be back home on Wednesday to take on the New York Knicks, a banged-up New York Knicks team. Gentlemen, that'll begin another 3-game homestand for the Dallas Mavericks starting on Wednesday. They'll have that game against New York, and then they'll have a back-to-back, check that out, a back-to-back against the Pelicans in an NBA Cup game on Friday before they welcome in a Ja Morant-less Memphis Grizzlies team on Saturday evening. Meanwhile, Minnesota Timberwolves 6th in the West, one full game behind the Spurs for 5th in the Western Conference. They're coming off a loss on Saturday night against the Denver Nuggets, 123-112. They're on the second night of a back-to-back for them as they drop to 1-1 on their current 4-game homestand. They're 5-4 so far against the Western Conference this year. 4-1, though, overall in their last 5 games. So playing well are the Minnesota Timberwolves. They continue their homestand tonight against Dallas before they finish up with the Wizards on Wednesday before they head out on a 3-game road trip for Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves, which gets us to the Corella Strader scouting report, focusing on the big man that is actually available for these two teams tonight, and one, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, here are – don't screen peek. Here are Minnesota's wins this season.
Like we can see it from all the way over here.
Well, Ron,
out the corner of my eye.
Okay.
Here are Minnesota's wins this season. Blazers, Pacers, Hornets, Nets, Jazz, Kings. Now,
Not good.
What do all of those teams have in common?
Poo.
They all have losing records.
Poo.
Well, even good players poo. But all 8 of those
Mark
teams,
that, please.
all 8 of those teams are below 500. Here are Minnesota's losses this season. Lakers, Nuggets, Lakers, Knicks, Nuggets. What do all 5 of those teams have in common?
They're all above 500.
They're all above 500. Minnesota 8-5. They're 8-0 against the bad teams and 0-5 against the good teams.
Wait, so
Dallas
where do the
Mavericks,
Mavs fall?
where do you stand?
Where do the Mavs fall?
I think we know where the
We're
Mavs
about to
fall.
find out tonight. We're about to find out tonight. Now,
jeez.
Rudy Gobert. It's actually pronounced Rudy Gobert. My legal name is Robert, which is short for Rudy Gobert. So my legal name is a nickname.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Don't ask questions.
I don't know. Okay.
When
All right.
Rudy is off the floor this season, okay, whenever he's not in the game, Minnesota Timberwolves, 127.9 defensive rating.
Yeesh.
That is unimaginably horrible. Opponents shoot 61.2% on twos. 37% of opponents' total field goal attempts are at the rim, and they shoot 68.1% on those shots.
Oh, wow.
Opponents are scoring at will whenever my namesake is off the floor. Now, when he's on the floor, it's a little bit of a different tune. 108.6 defensive rating, which is super, extremely good. That is a top 2 or top 3 number in the NBA this year.
Yeah.
Opponents shoot 47.5% on twos, which is pretty stinky. Only 25% of opponent field goal attempts are at the rim, and they shoot 57.6% on those attempts. Basically, he is a one-man wrecking crew. I know that basically every pundit that's on TNT just hates the guy because he doesn't have cool post moves or whatever, but he is still at this point a generational defender, and that's really important because the Wolves generally throughout the Ant era have gotten off to some pretty bad starts just year after year.
Yep.
They flip it into high gear sometime around late December, early January, and they always have the best record in the West for the second half of the year or whatever. But they've gotten off to a pretty solid start this year, albeit only against the bad teams. That is in large part due to Gobert just being an incredible defender. If anyone else on that team wakes up, then the Wolves are a giant. They are a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I love what you did there.
But until then, they're just going to beat the bad teams and lose to the good teams, much like the Trailblazers, who the Mavs just beat last night. So I guess the number one key to the game for me would be to try and make Gobert commit some offensive fouls or something. Don't test him, but get him to foul out.
I think Musa Cisse will try his hand at Rudy Gobert a time or two just to see what happens. He's going to get a lot of minutes tonight. We'll tell you why here in just a little
Lone
bit.
Star, it's triggering us too. Trust me. We don't want to be doing this.
Oh, the splitting of the desks right now.
We do not want to be doing this.
The OCD is kicking in for Lone Star. Those lines are throwing them off. But I want to piggyback on what Bobby said. One, the TNT guys hate Gobert. Don't listen to them. Listen to DLS sports people. But just
they're on ESPN now.
That's right. Don't listen to ESPN except for Tim McMahon.
Yes.
We love Tim McMahon. He is a sweet man.
Yes. So outside of Tim, but so just Gobert. So even
and Bobby Marks. We love Bobby Marks.
Say the guy who's going to be on the show tomorrow.
I'm about to say Bobby Marks
and Tim Legler.
They have good people on the show that are journalists.
Can they have some?
Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal are not journalists.
Well,
I'm a journalist. I defend my people.
You are.
I will stand up for you, journalists.
Oh, wow.
Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But yes, okay, so even with Anthony Edwards on the court and Rudy Gobert off, they're a -10. Like, that just shows you the Gobert impact is crazy. Like, that's, again, this is just like literally with Anthony Edwards playing again without Rudy Gobert on the floor. When Anthony Edwards is playing with Gobert and other players, it's clearly a positive net rating. But the defense is just so horrid without Rudy Gobert on the floor that even with just Anthony Edwards, it can't save the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a 128 defensive rating with Anthony Edwards on and Gobert off. Like, Rudy Gobert is genuinely one of the most valuable players to a defense in really the NBA history. Definitely over the last 20 years, he's proven that. So, right, to get him in foul trouble, just to win the minutes when he's off the court are so key for teams. The Mavs, like, can't have, like, a slow moment with Gobert off the floor. Like, they'll get blown out the water. Like, they have to win the Gobert minutes, like, 30 to, 15 or something like that to have a chance to win this game.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah, I was conservative.
I mean, Rudy Gobert is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. He is historically one of the best defensive players that the league has ever seen and ever produced. Shout out to the ice being crunched upstairs.
Is that the sound of ice?
That's what we're going to go with for now.
Oh, my God. The whole building was going to come down.
Let's get to tonight's lead story for the Mavericks going into action against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The simple question is, can they make it 2 in a row? They got their first win in a while after beating the Portland Trailblazers last night. Haven't won back-to-back games all season long so far, and they're playing just their 4th true road game of the season are the Dallas Mavericks. They also got their 3rd clutch win of the season, moving and improving, I should say, to 3-8 in clutch games so far this year. They've only played 14 games. 11 of those have been in the clutch for Dallas so far this year. So, gentlemen, they're going to be shorthanded. How do they find a way to keep up some of that momentum that they got from last night?
You can go ahead and answer that one, Ron.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell, we're calling on you again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm just joking.
Oh my. All right, Ron, just go ahead and mute him.
I'm just joking.
You go.
I'll take this one, Ron. I'll take this one, Ron.
Oh, jeez.
There were some games in the 22-23 season, if I'm not mistaken, where the Mavs went to Minnesota. Luka was out. That was before the Kyrie trade. And they just ran a lot of high handoff stuff. Dwight Powell was playing. This was before Gafford and Lively and all of them. It was just a lot of high handoffs. You're trying to pull Gobert out, even though he's not going to come all the way out. Like, you give Moussa Cisse the ball 20 feet from the rim. Gobert's not going to be like, oh, I got to go get out there. I have to go. That's not going to happen. But what you're trying to do is bring him out a little bit, or at least get Coop or get Brandon Williams or get whoever's going to take this handoff going downhill off the handoff pretty cleanly to where they can at least have a step and then can either pull up for a floater or try and just cruise past Gobert if he steps out too far. I mean, it doesn't really work. The Mavs have done that before against Jaren Jackson too. Granted, they've in very shorthanded situations, these shot blocking bigs that want to lurk near the rim. Dallas tries high handoffs to beat them. It's really, really, really tough to do that. I think the only way the Mavs win this game is if they force Minnesota into like 20 turnovers. And I think that's really it.
Yeah, to be serious, Julius Randle is going to have to essentially shoot the Timberwolves out the game. The problem is that he's having one of the best seasons of his career. Maybe you just hope that he gets into some type of one-on-one battle with Coop or with PJ, and he's deciding he wants to be the person that takes all the shots. Maybe he does that and he shoots them kind of out of the game. But at the end of the day, the Timberwolves are a drop team. You're going to have to be able to shoot the 3-ball, Bobby. I mean, if they can't make, 14 threes, you probably can't win the game against a team like this because you're not going to be able to score on Gobert in the paint. Like, there's no A-level S-tier driver of the basketball on the Mavericks. Cooper Flagg is, working his way to being one of the best drivers, but he's only 18 right now. Going against Gobert is just a extremely tall task for even the most veteran players. You're going to have to make jump shots, and the Mavs haven't done that. So that does, Klay Thompson, last 3 games, it's been pretty good. Over 40% from 3, over 4 threes in, each of those games. They're going to need a big game from Klay Thompson. Hopefully they can get some Dwight Powell off-ball screen pin downs on Klay, and maybe that can help get him open. I don't know. DiVincenzo's a really, really good defender, especially like trailing shooters. It's basically his role on this team. They're going to have to get DiVincenzo, who's probably going to be maybe on Klay in a lot of those type of matchup, so they're going to have to get DiVincenzo off of him.
Opponents this year in Wolves wins are shooting 32.2% from three, and Wolves losses are shooting 43.9% from three.
Got to shoot.
The Mavs have shot 43.9% in a game or better once this season. Just so happened to be
last night.
Last night.
And of course, Timberwolves led by Anthony Edwards, averaging over 27 points per game so far this year, shooting nearly 38% from the field and 41% from downtown. We mentioned who the defensive anchor is going to be for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and one 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, averaging nearly 10 rebounds and nearly 2 blocks per game so far this year. Rookie sensation Cooper Flagg leading your Mavericks in scoring right now, averaging nearly 16 points per game and nearly 7 rebounds per contest this season. PJ Washington averaging over 15 points per game, giving nearly 8 rebounds per contest. Timberwolves team is a team that can really shoot the basketball, 9th in points per game, 4th in field goal percentage. In fact, one of only 4 teams in the association currently shooting at least 50% from the field as a team. So Minnesota can really shoot the ball. They're also 4th in the NBA in 3-point field goal percentage so far this year, which helps them to a number 4 offensive rating in the association. First of 4 matchups tonight between the Minnesota Timberwolves and your Dallas Mavericks. These two teams will play again on January 28th back here in Dallas. Last year, the Timberwolves won the season series 2-1. You remember that one famous one that happened on Christmas Day, happening last year, of course.
This is their first time to Minnesota with no Luka on the team since 2018.
Wow. Long time ago, man.
The last time they were in Minnesota was that game at the beginning of the year when the Mavs, Luka specifically, looked awful, and then he made that 50-footer to win the game.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Right.
God, it was awesome.
Dang,
that was also on the second night of a back-to-back.
Those were fun times.
How old were you in 2018?
18.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
He was born in 2000.
Well, 99.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm December of 99, so.
Oh, wow.
Unless
okay.
it was December.
Snuck in right before the millennium?
Basically.
Do you remember Y2K?
Well, do I remember it? No, but
like what?
do I remember my 2-week come out? No, but my mom did say she tried to hold me, and I fought my hardest to get out of there. Allegedly, it took 2 days, but moms. So,
oh wow.
Allegedly, it took 2 days for me to get out of there. Allegedly.
Good God.
Allegedly.
You owe your mom something really nice.
Yeah. Seriously. Seriously,
yeah,
dude.
every single year.
That is rough.
By the way, shout out to the GOAT,
Ticket.
John Cena, who's making his final Monday Night Raw appearance tonight in New York City at Madison Square Garden. We salute you, the GOAT. 23 years in the WWE final Raw appearance tonight as they get ready for that in New York City. Let's help you win some money tonight when it comes to Prize Pick.
Prize Picks tonight. I'm going for glory. I don't care. I'm going
Scared
for,
money
I'm
don't
going
make money,
for
Corell. Let's go.
all the beans tonight.
Road to glory.
Anthony Edwards. He's going to make more than 5.5 free throws.
Whoa.
Lock.
I mean, it's Musa and
Wow.
Dwight.
Yes.
Like,
Lock.
Wow.
He's going to take a lot
Really
of free
go out
throws,
on a
and he's
limb
gonna make
there,
a lot of-
Corella.
D'Angelo Russell is going to have more than 2.5 assists. Dwight Powell is going to have more than 4.5 rebounds. I think he's going to get a lot of minutes.
Okay.
And if
Ooh.
the game plays out the way that people in Las Vegas think it will, then the fourth quarter could just be a lot of Dwight, and it could be a lot of bricks by the other team because all their bad players are in. And then Naz Reid, more than 3.5 rebounds. I think the Mavs are going to take a lot of shots, and they're maybe going to miss a lot of shots, and Naz is going to scoop them all up. And then also I'm adding on their, I forget what they call it here on Prize Picks, but they're like their max discount guy, Nikola Jokic, more than 0.5 points tonight. I just had to take advantage of that one. A $5 pick would net me $40. All right, if you want to play along, download Prize Picks, use promo code DLLS when you sign up, and when you play a $5 lineup, your account will be credited with $50 in free plays to use anytime you like. On Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
We got dueling pregame shows right now on DLLS Sports. We got our Mavs pregame show happening right now, and as well as our DLLS Cowboys show has.
Yeah, go ahead and drop a few dislikes in the Cowboys stream.
Hey, now wait a minute.
What?
No, that's not.
We
that's
want to be better than
That's
them.
counterproductive. We all win when everyone likes everyone's streams. Okay,
Wow.
like we all win here. We're
No,
all
my
one
stream
big,
is the best.
We're all one big happy family and team around here. Okay, so please do that. Like both.
Questionable stream on the other show.
Wait, hit the question mark on the other stream. Okay. So appreciate all of you hanging out with us here. It's going to be a busy night for us here at DLLS Sports. Let's get to who's in and who's out tonight before we get to our Mavericks player spotlight. Let's start with the Timberwolves. Terrence Shannon Jr., he's got a bone bruise in his left
huge
foot.
loss for them.
He will be out tonight. Dante DiVincenzo, check this out, is available. Face mask is the designation for Dante DiVincenzo. So you'll see him in a Batman.
Oh, the face mask game?
Yeah, you'll see him in a Batman.
Bane?
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately for the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, wow. That's a list.
Yeah, that is a list. Anthony Davis
half their
remains.
team.
That's right. Anthony Davis remains out with the left calf strain. We will see what happens in 7 to 10 days when he's reevaluated by this team. Dante Exum, of course, is out with the right knee injury management. Daniel Gafford, right ankle injury management. You saw him hobbling off after the 31 minutes he played last night. He is unavailable tonight. Kyrie Irving, of course, out with the ACL. Dereck Lively II back on the injury list just for tonight, it appears, with the right knee injury management. Jason Kidd saying pregame that he hopes, especially for Gafford, that he'll be able to go on Wednesday. And Ryan Nimhart, friend of the DLLS Mavs podcast, he remains out with a left knee sprain, which means, gentlemen, your top 1, 2, 3 forward/centers are all out for your Dallas Mavericks tonight, which means
Musa.
That's right.
Musa.
It's
Everyone
Musa.
put your mother bleeping antlers up.
It's Musa Cisse time for the Dallas Mavericks. Jason Kidd saying pregame that Musa Cisse, the two-way guy, is going to get the start at center.
I'll take it.
For your Dallas Mavericks. He will be joined in that starting lineup by Brandon Williams, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, and P.J. Washington as your starters tonight. So Brandon Williams, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, P.J. Washington, and Musa Cisse gets the start at center, which means Dwight Powell will be your backup center off the bench tonight. Literally the only two bigs available for Dallas.
Gonna have to be some small ball at some point.
Some PJ 5.
Maybe, yeah. I
Some
mean,
Hoop
when
5.
Nas is on the floor, maybe you
that.
can get away with going a little smaller just to get those guys a break. But situation where if it's the first quarter and Musa picks up 2 early fouls, he's staying in the game.
He has to.
Y'all have 6 fouls. You do not have a minutes restriction. You have a fouls restriction.
Yeah.
You'll come out of the game whenever you foul out or whenever you're exhausted. Like, that's it. God bless, Godspeed.
Yeah, the Mavs are out players, man. I mean, Musa Cisse 2-way contract. I know we don't have the counter, but it's.
Oh, so we got to get the counter started.
We don't have the counter, but I mean,
Musa
we're at 10
and,
plus games. We understand that
This is grim.
at this point. But Musa Cisse, believe it or not, plus 2.2 in his minutes on. Mavs minus 7.3 with Musa off. Solid player, man.
He can legitimately
I'll be honest.
make himself a lot of money tonight. If you
Yo,
go out
really?
against Gobert and you have a good game, like you're gonna.
Yeah,
The Mavs are gonna have to. They're gonna do what they need to do to get him a contract if he keeps playing like this.
Oh yeah. I mean, we'll talk about that when the time comes. That spot has to be given to somebody.
I mean, the time is coming in like 30 games.
Yeah,
it's coming up real quick.
Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Like they've been smoking the two-way games for Musa Cisse out of necessity because of their big man.
Yeah, so
situation.
Chad is raising some questions. So we got Daryl Johnston and Miko Rantanen, but I think Musa Cisse might be the best Moose in Dallas sports history. I think he might be.
I mean,
he's making a push for it right now.
Man,
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay, because Miko Rantanen's still running around.
Get that
he is still running around.
hat that Luds wears. I got to throw that.
But we love Musa.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
We fashion ourselves as a high-energy show, so we are a pro Musa Cisse show.
Does he score 8 points tonight, you think?
No, he's going to score 12 at least.
At least 12.
Okay. I don't.
This is Gobert.
That's you had the rating.
Gobert.
That back.
He might put him in jail.
Okay, so what happens first? Does Musa baptize Rudy Gobert, or does Ant Edwards baptize Cisse? Which one happens?
Musa will lay Ant's ass out, dude. He will.
He will not allow. I don't think Anthony Edwards has.
Are you saying like legal play or just like
it
doesn't
matter.
Out of the sky, edge, spear.
And you don't want this.
Row.
You don't want this. All right. It might be a legal block. It might be a flagrant 5. I don't know.
You know what?
You're not dunking on
mad
Musa
at some
Cisse.
nasty basketball.
We can't have flagrant 5.
You're
No
not
injuries.
dunking on the Moose, dude. No one dunks on the Moose.
I'm not gonna lie though. I am here for a Cooper Flagg poster on Rudy Gobert tonight. Like injecting into my veins.
No,
too
inject
low.
it.
Yeah,
For sure.
I need that for sure.
That'd be, man, that PRP straight into our arms. But I mean, just energy. Jason Kidd's talking about it. His job, him and Brian Williams run. Like literally. And I think he just described that perfectly. Like literally their job is to run.
That's right.
The energy, provide the athleticism. Like the team is lacking athletes, and these, Brandon Williams and Musa Cisse are two of the team's biggest. This is the first game we've seen, both of them start at the same time. I think it'd be fun just to see, okay, how are the Mavs now a transition more offense. Cooper Flagg is also really good in transition, Bobby. Max Christie, I'm not saying he's a crazy athlete, but he's a good spacer of the floor in transition. He makes a lot of threes. Klay Thompson is known to be a trailer and 3-point kind of guy in transition. They got to run tonight, man. They got to run.
Shout out to the Mavericks last night, who tied a team record with 7 players scoring at least 12 points in a game. The Mavericks 11-1 all time in such games. Shout out to Mark Followell for that particular statistic. As the Mavericks had a balanced effort from a number of guys last night. Cooper Flagg, P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, Brandon Williams, Max Christie, D'Angelo Russell all scored at least 12 points in what was the overtime win last night over the Portland Trail Blazers. That gets us to our Mavericks player spotlight tonight, and we focus in on one of those 7 gentlemen, and we look at Klay Thompson, the former Splash brother from Golden State, putting the splash back in the brother part of his name because he has been really good as of late. That didn't land as well as I thought. It sounded good. It sounded good coming out, but then as it's like, no.
Regardless of making the splash, he still was a brother.
Yeah, that's right. He still
was
forever going to be a brother. That's what it is.
You can't change that.
That is what it is. I love how Bobby's kept silent the entire time with that. Good job, Bobby.
Well, I mean,
it's cool.
Just putting the splash in anyone. At least ask first.
What? Wait. Pause. What's happening? Klay Thompson.
You're the one that said it.
But I didn't take it there. Like, I don't know what you were doing.
That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, you thought that's what I meant?
I'm laughing at because I thought of that and thought it was funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not doing nervous white guy laugh.
Yeah. And to be
That's
fair,
good to know. That's good to know.
And to be fair, his girlfriend does have a song with something that alludes to splash in the title of the song, which we can all guess in the comments. But
shout out to Meg Stallion. Klay Thompson in his last 3 games.
He's a wet ass shooter.
Yo, I can't. Yo, I can't, bro.
Please, he made a lot of threes last night. He's been shooting great.
Big pause, Jordan. Yes, big pause. Like, what the hell, man?
Lately, all right?
Klay Thompson, damn it. 17 points per game in his last 3, shooting nearly 41% from downtown. Over 28 minutes per game in his last 3. He's been a great spark off the bench for Dallas, helping them shoot 44% from downtown last night in the win over Portland. Yeah, you got to relax, my guy. I don't know what the hell that was.
The DJ pregame is in comment.
Yeah, this is crazy.
We're just having fun.
No, this become the Nelk pod now? We're Nelk boys.
I think we're trying to do our best Cowboys impressions.
We got 5 months left in the season.
You're right.
Gotta make some shake.
You are exactly right.
But we're about to eat pizza tonight. It's a good day.
It is a good day.
I do enjoy pizza.
Let's get to our X Factors before tonight's game. It starts at 7 p.m. Because, again, you can watch it. This is off the rails. That's right. Mavericks, X Factor number 1, gentlemen. They got to get out and run. The Mavericks have been really good in transition so far this year, averaging nearly 19 points per game in the fast break, which is 4th in the NBA this year. We know how much fun it is watching Cooper Flagg get out there on the break. The Mavericks are going to have to try to manufacture some easy points and try to do so, as Bobby mentioned, getting and turning Minnesota over to get out in transition to get some easy baskets tonight. Second one going to be easier said than done for this team because they are down all 3 of their bigs, but they got to try to keep Minnesota out the paint. This team in Minnesota averaging 52.5 points per game in the painted area this year. That is a top 10 rate for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the final one, gentlemen, very easy for me tonight. Just get out of tonight's game healthy and unscathed as much as you can. You're already down a bunch of players. We don't need any more. Musa, play hard. Everyone play hard. And get out of Minnesota healthy. That's all we ask because, my gosh, the mass unit that is the Dallas Mavericks is something to behold, as we saw in the injury list earlier in the show. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we get out of here?
Healthy basketball, man. Just no more injuries, no re-aggravations. Just get out of here at least healthy.
Yeah, they're in the midst of a 10-game in 16-day stretch right now. They got another back-to-back coming up soon. It's tough, dude. Who would have thought that scheduling a 2-week break in the middle of December for the NBA Cup would have be a bad idea and led to a lot of injuries in the first couple weeks of the season while everyone is playing themselves into shape? Not me. This is mystifying stuff, but yeah, just survive. Just survive. If you can win the game, great. But what's most important is that you come out of this hole ready to go on, when do they play again? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then they got a back-to-back on Friday and Saturday.
Oh, my God. Don't remind me.
Yeah, the calf strains are getting out of control in the league. We saw Victor Wembanyama is going to be out the next few weeks with a calf strain of his own. So calf strain is getting out of control in the NBA. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. Even in the midst of all of our chaos tonight, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. I am merely your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you post-game right here with our national NBA insider, Mark Stein, about 10, 12 minutes after the final buzzer between your Mavericks and the Timberwolves. Y'all be good. Peace. Go Cowboys!
We all silly like the mayor.